The 2019 Green Prize for Sustainable Literature is a national book award presented by Santa Monica's Public Library and Office of Sustainability and the Environment. For 25 years, Santa Monica's Sustainable City Plan has guided us as we work to enhance our resources, prevent harm to the natural environment and human health, as well as benefit the social, cultural, and economic well-being of the community. The Green Prize, a direct outgrowth of the Sustainable City Plan, was created in 2007 to recognize the authors, illustrators, photographers, and publishers who've broadened the public's awareness of sustainability. Since our inception, we've recognized over 100 titles. The Green Prize Selection Committee includes librarians, educators, and sustainability experts. Each year, they undertake the extraordinary task of choosing the best adult and youth titles in sustainability, as well as the recipient of its Pioneer Award. The Pioneer Award is given to an author who has sparked the conversation around sustainability in a new and exciting way, and enlighten readers like you across the world. This year, the Pioneer Award goes to Mary Oliver.
You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves.
The late Mary Oliver, an American poet, crafted a body of work largely filled with thought-provoking imagery of the natural world. Oliver's poetry focused on the quiet occurrences in nature: industrious hummingbirds, egrets, motionless ponds, and lean owls hunkering with their lamp eyes. Oliver's poetry won numerous awards, including the Pulitzer Prize, the National Book Award, and a Lannan Literary Award for Lifetime Achievement. Mary Oliver celebrates nature, culture, and mystical visions and implores, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" The 2019 Green Prize for Sustainable Literature youth titles are Desert Ecosystems by Marilla S. Miller, published by 12 Story Library. The Environmental Movement, Then and Now by Rebecca Stefoff, published by Capstone Press. Galapagos Girl, Galapagueña by Marcia Diane Arnold, illustrated by Angela Dominguez, translated by Adriana Dominguez, and published by Children's Book Press. Red Alert, Endangered Animals Around the World by Catherine Barr, illustrated by Ann Wilson, and published by Charles Bridge. Spring After Spring, How Rachel Carson Inspired the Environmental Movement by Stephanie Roth Sisson, published by Roaring Brook Press. Thank You, Earth, A Love Letter to Our Planet by April Pulley Sayer, published by Green Willow Books. And What is Climate Change by Gail Herman, illustrated by John Hinderleder, and published by Penguin Workshop. This year, the committee has selected 6 adult titles to receive awards. The 2019 Green Prize for Sustainable Literature adult titles are Client Earth by James Thornton and Martin Goodman, published by Scribe US. With Client Earth, we travel from Alaska to China, from Poland to Ghana, to see how citizens can use public interest law to protect their planet. 1970s America saw lawyers first band together to battle for the environment. Client Earth tracks that phenomenon from its origins and out across the globe. Lawyers who take the earth as their client are exceptional and inspirational. They give us back our hope. Formerly known as Food, How the Industrial Food System is Changing Our Minds, Bodies, and Culture by Kristen Lawless, published by St. Martin's Press. And formerly known as Food, Kristen Lawless argues that because of the degradation of our diet, our bodies are literally changing from the inside out. The billion-dollar food industry is reshaping our food preferences, altering our brains, changing the composition of our microbiota, and even affecting the expression of our genes. Lawless chronicles how this is happening and what it means for our bodies, health, and survival. Poached Inside the Dark World of Wildlife Trafficking by Rachel Love Newer, published by DeCapo Press. Rachel Newer, an award-winning science journalist, takes readers into the underground of global wildlife trafficking. Illegal wildlife trade now ranks among the largest contraband industries in the world. Yet, compared to drug, arms, or human trafficking, the wildlife crisis has received little international attention and action. Through powerful investigative reporting, Newer explores the forces currently driving demand for animals and their parts, the toll that demand is exacting on species across the planet, and the conservationists, rangers, and activists who believe it is not too late to stop the impending extinctions. River of Lost Souls, the science, politics, and greed behind the Gold King mine disaster by Jonathan P. Thompson, published by Torrey House Press. Acid mine drainage became a regular part of the average Durangoan's vocabulary, and everyone from Colorado environmental groups to congresspeople demanded some sort of action and accountability. In 2015, a flood of thick yellow sludge from a long-abandoned mine in Silverton, Colorado, made headlines as it flowed down the Animas River towards the Navajo Nation and the mighty Colorado River. The Gold King mine spill illustrates the devastating potential waiting in hundreds of abandoned mines throughout the Rocky Mountains. With disarming storytelling, award-winning journalist Jonathan P. Thompson unearths a litany of impacts wrought by a century and a half of mining, energy development, and fracking in southwestern Colorado. Amid these harsh realities, Thompson explores how a new generation is setting out to make amends. Saudi America, The Truth About Fracking and How It's Changing the World by Bethany McLean, published by Columbia Global Reports. McLean suggests we should have a degree of humility about the extent to which both oil and, to a lesser extent, gas drillers are dependent on the willingness of the capital markets to finance them, and perhaps a plan for what to do if, in the face of higher interest rates, that willingness changes. For the first time in perhaps forever, at least some long-term investors are aligned with conservationists, and they are trying to send a message that isn't drill, baby, drill, but rather drill thoughtfully and profitably. Journalist Bethany McLean digs deep into the cycles of boom and bust that have plagued the American oil industry. Visionary Women: How Rachel Carson, Jane Jacobs, Jane Goodall, and Alice Waters Changed Our World by Andrea Barnett, published by ECO. Change is sometimes sparked by unexpected figures, outsiders, whose clarity of vision and strength of purpose can catalyze a revolution. Visionary Women is a story of 4 renegades who profoundly shaped the world we live in today. Rachel Carson warned us about poisoning the environment. Jane Jacobs fought for livable cities and strong communities. Jane Goodall demonstrated the indelible kinship between humans and animals. And Alice Waters urged us to reconsider what and how we eat. With a keen eye for detail, Andrea Barnett traces the arc of each woman's career and explores how their efforts ignited a transformative, progressive movement while offering people a new way to think about the world and a more positive way of living in it. The Green Prize for Sustainable Literature celebrates the authors, illustrators, photographers, and publishers influencing our discussion on sustainability. We honor their remarkable contributions to literature. And if you haven't already read these incredible books, we hope we've inspired you to run out to one of our 5 Santa Monica Public Libraries and check out your copy today.